1, 2, 3.
Glowing Up Latina. Take 1.
Hello, welcome back to Glowing Up Latina.
Hi.
I'm Christina.
I'm Amanda.
And I'm Liana.
We are so excited that you came back to hang out with us for a little bit. Thank you so much. So today we're going to be talking about moving out of our parents' house. For some of us, it was a while ago. For some of us, it was a little bit more recent. But we'll be getting into that, and then, we'll just see where it takes us, to be honest. That's what we're doing today. Yes. But first, we want to do a little temperature check in with my girlies, see how they're doing. Amanda, how are you doing?
I'm doing well. So, again, everybody knows I'm getting married, right? In September. And a lot of planning. We're like 5 months or 6 months away now at this point. So now it's starting to get a little stressful. And now checking off more things on my list for the wedding. Yesterday I went with my maid of honor and we finally found her dress.
Yes!
We're so excited. We love her dress actually. It's very, very pretty. So that was this week, and my birthday's tomorrow.
Yes.
Aquarius gang gang. So we're very excited for that. So good week this week. Yes.
Love it.
Love that.
Yeah, Liana.
Well, I'm in the process of moving.
Ooh.
My husband and I are in the very long and tedious process of trying to save for a house. So in order to do that, we need to make some sacrifice on our living space. So we're moving to a studio, but that's okay because it's a nice little studio. We're gonna be saving a lot of money. So you know what? Sacrifices need to be made for you to achieve your goal, and that's all I gotta say for that.
That's fantastic. I'm so happy for both of you guys.
So it's crazy because Liana has like a 3-year, you're 3 years ahead of Constantine and I.
Yeah.
And like with plans and goals, because that's the goal for us too with Constantine and I. So we are saving, and it's not easy.
No, it's not. It's hard.
But again, you have to make tiny sacrifices for the bigger picture. So Liana and Lauren are goals right now.
We're trying to be. It's hard.
Wait, so do you guys also plan to move out of Brooklyn?
So, to be continued. But yeah, yes, the goal is to move out of Brooklyn because, I love Brooklyn. I love New York, but it's so expensive, you guys. And you know that, you know. I mean, I'm going to miss the way of life here because, once you get out of New York, the city, I should say.
Different.
It's different. You just can't go down the block to your bodega and get yourself a bacon, egg, and cheese. You can't do that. It's miles away before you got to go to a Walmart, and you have to have a car to go and drive to your local Walmart. So
Yep.
I have to mentally prepare for that too. But it's again sacrifices you make for the ones you love. So
Yep.
yeah. It's gonna be tough. But yeah. I mean, Christina, you moved from the city to... No, you moved from Texas.
Oh,
You moved from the suburbs.
I did,
to
yes.
the city.
Yeah, it was an adjustment for sure. I forever miss having a car of my own and just being able to get in the car and drive somewhere and not have to get on the subway. Because sometimes I don't mind taking the subway, obviously, but I would just rather get in my car, not have to talk to anybody. Also to not have to leave an hour early to get everywhere because the MTA lately has just sucked
Very
bad.
Very bad.
And they're just gonna keep raising those fares on us.
They are.
They raised it again?
No, not yet.
But they're going to continue. Yeah. Did you have to
Going
work?
to.
Did you work from home this week?
I did. Yes, I did. I worked from home. It was great. I went in one day. I might go in a couple more days next week just to get back into the office feel of things. I got my first IP assignment this week, as you guys know.
Round of
I'm
applause
very excited
for
about
Christina.
that.
Yes.
Because the firm that I work for, they do a bunch of different things, but the main thing we do is in-house counsel work for insurance companies. So every now and then we'll get like side projects and stuff like that. And I just happened to get my first IP one this week, so I'm very excited.
That's so cool.
Really out here, I guess. I'm writing a memo. It's not necessarily like lawyerly stuff yet. I'm not admitted, so I'm not technically a lawyer.
Right.
Just to get that straight, please admit me into the
don't-
New York State Bar.
yes.
So yeah, but that's good. It sounds like we had good weeks all around. Love
Yes.
that for us. So I think we should get into this episode.
Yes.
Let's do it.
Fantastic.
It's gonna get real heavy, guys. Get some tissues.
Oh, yeah.
And break. Okay, so we are going to be talking about moving out of our parents' house. If you're in New York City, you probably still live with a parent or have a roommate or something, because as we said, it is expensive to live here. I honestly do not understand how people do it sometimes. Especially, like, I have people my age who live on their own, and I'm just like, what do you do?
Oh.
Please tell me your secrets.
Yeah.
I don't know how you do that.
Yeah, I don't think if I was a single girl in New York City, I don't think I would have been, like, I would be able to afford living by myself. It's just not doable unless you, like you said, you have a significant other, you have like a roommate.
Or you're working like 3 to 5
or you're
jobs.
working 3 to 5 jobs, then yeah, I guess, that's the only way. But I think that's the real reason why my fiance and I like waited so long to, move in together. Again, I've been with Constantine like all my life, it'll be 14 years in November, and I could have moved out after college or in my early 20s, because I'm only 1 year in my 20s now. Like, I'm 1 year away from not being in my 20s anymore. So yeah. Anyways, that's what really like made us like not move in together right away. I mean, did we want to move in together? Yes. But we weren't going to be stupid about it. Like, it just didn't make sense. And
So when did you move out of your mom's house?
so like not too long ago. So we're talking about 3 weeks ago.
Yeah.
3 weeks ago, Constantine and I started living together, but that wasn't by like, again.
Wait, it's been 3 weeks already?
Yeah, I know. I know. It feels like forever
Still
though.
fresh.
It's fresh, but it feels like forever at the same time. Again, these are like growing pains and like a new, like living, like couples living together for the first time. It's very interesting, very fun. But yeah,
It gets better.
yes. But like living with Constantine up until now, like months before getting married, like in the Latino culture, that's what you're. How do I put this? It's like it's really known that you actually start living together once you're married.
Yeah.
My mom had no issue with us like moving in together like years ago, but again, financially that just wasn't smart for us to do. So living together now, waiting so long was by choice, not because I'm only gonna get married in a few months from now. My mom, God bless her soul, she married my dad and then lived with my grandmother, my dad's mom, right after they got married.
Oof.
Yes. I don't know how she did it, because I would have ripped my hair out. But yeah, that's why we moved in so late. And then I love Constantine too much for us to like moving. I think if we would have moved in early, I think it would have been really rough, guys. It would have been super rough. But while learning, like living together, you get to learn like who gets to pay for what, who takes on certain responsibilities. Like this is the real deal. It's scary, but it's the real deal. I love. I know, and then you just So when you like right, it was just me and my mom always. That's my A space. Like that's my mom. But the two women living together. You guys, women do things a certain way and cleaning. So like living with a boy now, it's completely different. I'm not gonna. Yeah.
And you and your mom, y'all had y'all's own bathroom, and now you're sharing a bathroom, right?
We still have our own. Well, still the two bathrooms situation. Luckily, we lucked out. Yeah. But
it's like a diamond in New York City.
Yeah,
Honestly.
but yeah. So my mom taught me how to be independent, and that taught me a lot of things on how I'm sure I could probably live on my own. By myself, I can, but financially, just it's a no. It's a big no. But yes, if it wasn't for her, I don't know, like how I'd be, like, who the person I'd be right now. So yeah,
Right.
So yes, guys, that's my moving out situation.
So yeah, that's really recent for you. How are you feeling? Is the transition been okay? It has to be hard. Like, I know it's hard being away from your
Right.
mom.
So you're right. Exactly. Like, all of us are close to our moms.
Yeah.
I miss my mom dearly. Like, I try not to think about it. I try not to think about it too much, because then I know I'm gonna get in my feelings.
Yeah.
And I just can't be in my feelings all day. And if I'm
Yeah.
at work, like, mom, and I'm typing, and I'm on the phone. Hello. Like, I can't. I try not to, but what helps is that, like, we talk every day. We
Yep.
text throughout the day. We FaceTime at least once a day. So that helps. But it's tough, man. Like, I can't, like, if there's something wrong at work or just something wrong in general, she'd be the one I go up to. And then after, like, having that discussion with her with what's bothering me, it always ends with a hug and a kiss.
Yeah.
So right now, it's so tough because it's not ending in a hug and a kiss. And I'm like,
Yeah.
so that's what, like, I miss right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And it's like Constantine can only do so much. Like he knows how to comfort you the way he knows how to comfort you.
Yes.
Yeah.
And that's not to say Constantine doesn't give me a hug and a kiss at the end.
But it's different when it comes from your mom.
Right. It's a different type of affection.
Yes.
That's that motherly daughter love. So like, oh, it's tough, you guys. It really is.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I don't think anybody really knows how to prepare you for, like, you to live not in the same space as your parents. You live there for me, it was for 18 years. And after that, I was just like, this is too much. I don't like it. I want to go back home.
Yeah.
I mean,
so,
right,
it's
you say
hard.
that. Yeah, like, it's, oh my God, it has its challenging moments. And even, like, when I, like, even food-wise. Again, you guys know I'm a foodie, so
Right.
it's like I'm missing my mother's food as well.
Yep.
So
Yes,
That's the biggest thing
oh
for
my
me.
God.
like, I can cook what she cooks, but is it the same? No.
Right.
Bro, I tried to make lasagna like my mom one time, and it was awful. It was like my favorite thing that my mom makes. I was like, this is disgusting. I don't want to eat this.
And like right before, I moved out, I had her do like all of my favorite home cooked meals, and I recorded all of the home cooked meals.
How she did it.
So how she did it, so I can follow step by step, and that's something I have to edit too. Besides this, but yeah, like I made sure to record all of them so that way I know how to do it step by step, and I think it's just something to have so I can hear her voice, even
Yeah.
and my mom, so my mom sends me a lot of like Facebook Messenger posts, like from Facebook, and
My grandma does that for me.
and till this day I don't take a look at them. Because this is where it's gonna get really sentimental, you guys. So like I don't want to say like when she passes, but like let's say if something were to happen
When she goes.
yeah, like I still have that, and I'll go back to it
Right.
and see all of the things that she wanted me to see. So I don't take a look. Like I don't look at the messages. I'll take a quick look at it, click on it, and then I'll just, okay. And I'll step out of that app and I'm like, okay. But I'm holding, that's the last thing. Oops, sorry guys.
Oh,
I'm holding.
She's making me cry.
gosh.
I'll tell you, that's my mom. Like that, my mom is, that's my rock. Anyways, sorry guys. But yeah, it's a little tough right now. It's tough.
I can tell you that it will get easier. It will get so much.
It does. It does.
I don't want to say so much easier, but it gets easier. Like you're not living with your mom every day, but for me, like it helps to talk to my mom a lot. And then you start to realize like, oh, like, hey, I can do this. I can live on my own. I can like take care of myself. And then one day, like, it's so, maybe it's kind of dumb, but like one day you wake up and you're like, yeah, I can do this. I can do life. I'll be okay without having like somebody hold my hand every step of the way.
But I want them to hold me.
I know.
Oh my God.
Oh my gosh. Honestly, if I could live with my mom forever, I would.
Yeah.
Like, and I have no shame in saying that.
I really don't
Absolutely.
either. I don't either. Like I told Constantine, I don't know if this is like something you guys like grew up with or knowing, but when my mom was pregnant with me and my other aunts were pregnant, they weren't, after they gave birth, they weren't allowed to go out for 40 days.
Yes.
I've heard that.
Okay. So, okay.
I don't think my mom did that, but I've heard that.
I think it's part of the Latino culture, right? Like you're not, the mom is not supposed to go out for 40 days. They have to stay home, take care of baby, take care of themselves. And I told Constantine already. I was like, my mother is going to live with us.
Yeah, that's what I
for
tell them
40
that.
days.
Yep.
There's no
Discussion.
discussion. We're not, no. This is where the discussion starts and ends.
Yeah.
She's just living with me.
I told my mom too. I was like, Mom, I don't know what you're gonna do. Start packing your bag, but once it happens, like, you're staying with me for like 3 months. And she was like, okay. I was like, great.
It's happening.
Didn't even ask Nora, and I was just like, I don't need his permission. Like, I need you to stay with me. That's it.
There you go. But I'm glad that I have you guys because you guys know what that feels like, moving out and being close to your mom. So I know it's doable. It's just this is the beginning right now of like not seeing my mom every day. So yeah.
And then, Liana, for you, it was a little further back.
Yeah, so hearing Amanda talk about it now, it's like that's how I was like 3 years ago. So like now I'm like, wow, I wasn't emotional for like ever. But for my moving out story, my parents were very religious, and their values and beliefs were always like, you cannot move out of this house until like you were married. There was like it was end of discussion. Like that's just how it was. And that's exactly how it ended up being. I moved out once I got married, literally. And I look back on it now, and I don't regret it, like, at all. Like, I don't regret not moving out any earlier. I don't regret not going away for college or anything like that. Because living in New York is expensive, and now that now that we are living on our own, and we are in charge of, like, taking care of ourselves, taking care of, like, we gotta pay bills now. We have to do life on our own. So it's just like, if I had done that any younger, I feel like I would have failed, like monstrously, just like failed. But my parents were really good in the sense that they were very transparent about like the way that it is to live life on your own. Like it's not easy to like constantly, and we're a family of 5, so it's just like it's me and my brothers and them. So it's like constantly going grocery shopping, and it's like for us we only do it for like 2 people and our dog. And it's like, oh my God, that's so much money.
Right.
Imagine having to feed
5 people, 5 other mouths. Yeah.
And it's like they were very transparent about that, you know. So like when I moved out officially, it was like, wow, I have to like actually do this, and it's not easy. And I look back and it's just like my parents did so much, and they wanted me to stay home and feed an extra mouth when I could have like been up and out, but they wanted me home. And it's just like, wow, it was very. Looking back on it now, I appreciate it, and I'm so tremendously grateful that, you know, I stayed home with my parents and my brothers and stuff.
Yep.
What would you say is the best piece of advice your parents gave you when you were getting ready to move out? And also, I guess, getting ready to get married because they were happening at the same time.
Yeah.
That's a big...
Yeah. So this advice actually came from my dad. And it's funny because my dad is very closed off. He's not very not a very outwardly emotional person. So when he tells me something, I'm like, okay, I need you to repeat that word for word so I can
keep Let me record you.
Yeah. Yeah. And he told me communication is key, and that is so true. And I'm still learning how to do that today because I'm the type of person that if I'm mad at you or if I'm not in the mood to talk to you, I will not talk to you. And I can go days without talking to you.
That's an Aquarius thing.
I can go
straight
days.
Up.
Wait, so have you and Norrin gone days without talking?
Oh, yeah, absolutely.
Oh my God.
But that's mostly on me though. Because he would want to talk to me and he would try to do hey, talk to me. What's going on? What's wrong with you? And I'm just why are you mad at me? And I'm just I don't want to talk to you right now. I'm not talking to you right now. Amanda, no.
Constantine and Norrin are watching this episode
as they cackle, laugh.
But we love you guys. That's we still here, right?
Facts.
We're still here.
They're still here. So.
They're still here. But yeah, that's the biggest advice that I've gotten. Communication is key. Making sure that you talk to each other. Make sure that you listen to each other, and it's not. You're not always right. That was another thing he said. You're not always
right. That's a hard one for me to accept. Yeah. You're not always right.
You're not always right. And
it's say 90% of the time though I'm right.
Yeah. But yeah, that's and those are things that I'm learning still how to do that today. I'm not like the perfect wife, nor is not the perfect husband, but we work together. We work towards that.
That right there is a real statement because it's true. You're not gonna always. Yeah. There's never. I don't believe in a perfect couple.
Yeah.
I believe there are things that can make you a successful couple.
Right.
But to be perfect, that doesn't exist.
Yeah.
So let's just put that out there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But the hardest thing moving out of my family's home is just the relationships that I've had with my intimate family have changed so differently, and it's weird because it's yes, I talk to my mom every single day. Mm-hmm. I FaceTime her once a day, but now I don't see my dad as much anymore, and I'm still trying to learn how to do this where I'm trying to learn how to just call my dad and just see how he's doing because I don't do that. Mm-hmm. I've never been able to do that, so it's it's hard for me to I don't know why, and this gets me mad about myself, trying to just get over myself and just call my dad and see how he's doing. You know what I mean? Because other than that, I won't see him, or I'll see him every other time I go to my parents' house.
Okay.
And then my brothers too. Now I'm closer to my youngest brother now than I am with my middle child. I don't know how to call him.
Your middle brother.
My middle brother.
Middle child of the three.
My middle brother. And not to say that, we're not close anymore, but I don't talk to him as much anymore. And it's weird. It's weird not having those conversations every day anymore. So that's the hardest thing that I've had to adjust with, and that I'm learning how to not do that anymore. I'm trying to learn how to communicate with other people.
That's funny because I was going to ask you, how's life now with not seeing your brothers, not talking to your brothers? Because when you hear the word brother, it's just that's my little brother.
Oh no.
But how
I could cry. I could cry about because my brothers and I, we had a routine every night. Every night.
Oh,
we would it would be around 12 midnight every night. We would be hey, you having a snack? Yeah, we're having a snack. We would go to the kitchen, we'd be on our phones, we would laugh at each other, fight with each other, and when I moved here with Norrin, it was so quiet, and it was it was really weird, and I missed them a lot, and I miss that too. Mm-hmm. So I still miss that. So it's really hard, and yeah, I love them even though I hate them.
It's because you guys had a routine. That's a routine that you guys always had, and it's funny. My maid of honor, my cousin, we were discussing that specifically yesterday, because she asked how moving out has been for me and Constantine. And she goes, one of the things she missed when she moved out of my aunt's house was um, the routines, the traditions that she had with her siblings. So when she moved out, she noticed that her mom and her brother and sister created their own routine.
Yep.
And she kind of felt left out.
Oh, yeah.
There was a detachment there. And then she was just like, oh, I guess she'd call in and be like, oh, what are you guys doing? Oh, we went out to go have dinner, da-da-da, and oh, we went to the movies. So things like that, that's what she missed the most. So, like, that's why I wanted to know, is that like a thing, like, is like with family, like when you have siblings, like you live together, like is that the same for everyone? It sounds like the same.
I mean, I can't speak for everyone, but like I was just like, damn, like I didn't think I'd miss them this much.
I think people hear like, well, maybe people who don't have siblings, because if you're a sibling, but people who don't have siblings, I think they hear like brother and sister relationships and they're just like, okay, or brother and brother, whatever. Okay, like built-in friend, like it's just great. Like you fight maybe, but the relationship's always strong. And it's honestly like a siblingship is like any other relationship. You have to work at it. And you guys, so me and my brothers I'm 2 years, well, like a year and some change, almost 2 years older than my middle brother. And then I'm like 4 years older than my youngest brother. And so you're growing, like I'm a teenager before my youngest brother's even thinking about like being a teenager.
Right.
And so you're growing together and you're going through all these changes together, and then your attitudes change, and then you're just like, no, I'm too cool to hang out with my family. And it's a lot. Like I think my brothers and I are finding our groove now as adults, but it was hard to get there. Like and then you're away, and you're just like, so you're growing separately but also together, and it gets hard. It's not as like easy or as like I don't know, like I kind of think of it as like a puzzle. Like the pieces don't always fit the way that they should be,
Right.
And it gets hard when you move away, when everybody's busy with their own life, because your brothers they're older now, right?
Older brothers.
So it gets hard, and moving away, it really like makes you realize how important communication is, and how it can't always be on everybody because I fall in a very similar trap that you do, where I'm like, well, I'm the kid, like why don't they just call me? But at this point, like I'm almost 30 years old, like I'm not, yes, in the relationship aspect I am the kid, but I'm not a kid anymore. Like I can pick up the phone, and I think part of the reason is that everybody's always scared they're bothering me, or that first of all, I don't do anything important. Like, I'm probably playing The Sims or watching TV. Like, I promise you it's nothing crazy. I think they're scared they're bothering me or bothering like us.
Right.
But I feel like sometimes, especially, when you move away, like your family can forget. I don't know. For me and my family, like there is nothing I wouldn't do. Like you're going to call me, I have that 10, 15, 20 minutes to talk to you. Unless I'm doing something like that's like if I'm in the middle of like a project that's due for work, like in 10 minutes, I'll call you back. But like I will answer the phone. I will take that time because you are important to me. Like I want you to feel important to me. And those things they get harder when you move out.
Yeah, it's intense, you guys. But moving out, you learn a lot about yourself. You learn about the things that you like, learn about the things you don't like. You can grow into your own person without feeling guilty about it, if that makes sense.
Yeah.
And by that I mean, like if like the design, like I'm gonna go on this rant, but it's like not really. I don't know. I don't know where I'm going with this. But like I design my apartment the way that I like it.
Yes.
And then whenever my mom comes over, she always brings me something to add to my apartment. And I love that.
Right. It's because she took time out of her day and thought of, okay, this will look good in Liana's, my daughter's apartment.
Yeah.
I want her to have it. I get you.
Yeah.
Yeah. I understand.
No, it makes sense. Like you got to style your place the way that you want,
Right.
like your vision. And I mean, you're kind of on your way to that now. You're about to start painting.
Yes, I need to paint my apartment because there's some colors in there that don't match with my taste, my style. You can clearly tell it's a Latino household in there. And the colors just scream Mexican. And not to say, again, it's not a bad thing, but it's just, again, we're adults now. We know what we like, and Constantine and I want to make this our home. So we are looking for colors, I should say, and we will paint the apartment so that it just feels like ours.
Mm-hmm.
I just need to know if your quinceañera picture gets to stay up.
No, that's
Oh,
all.
that's my favorite. No, actually, my favorite part of the apartment is the chinero.
So the chinero or the la vitrina, it's that's a staple in any Latino household. Like that's like the one thing you're drawn to. Like this is look at my chinero, look at my vitrina, look at all my chinaware in it, look at all of my pictures of my family in it. Like that's just not my style. It's just But that had to go ASAP. And then, to follow up with the my quinceañera picture, that is down. That's been taken down, you guys.
First thing to go is this picture.
I loved it.
It just as soon as you came into the house, it just screamed like, oh, golden child, here, look at my child here. Look
so
how
big, you
beautiful
guys.
she looks.
It's huge. It was huge.
That's just but then if you were to go to like my other tias, to their apartments and their homes, like you would see the same 18 by 20 picture hanging up in their
I guess we gotta
salas.
go to your tia's house, but
Yeah, you would see the same pictures in their salas, so it's not, they're just accustomed to having that in their apartments. And there's nothing wrong with that. I love it because then I'm like, okay, this is home. But like, it's just, I don't need a picture that huge in my...
Of you.
of me in my living room. So that is something I let my mom keep. So yeah, she has that.
Did she hang it up in her new place?
I do not know. I'll find out later on today. But that's not that. No. And even like when we get our wedding photos, I don't even think I want anything that extravagant, like that huge in my living room like that.
Oh, yeah, that's why I haven't printed any of mine.
So I don't think. Oh, that's right.
I have none.
I just realized that. Like, I don't want to do that in my home. Like, it's not.
I don't think our people, like our generation, people our age is what I meant, not our
Yeah.
people our age in our generation. I don't think they do that anymore. I know that my grandma has like really big pictures of my mom and her siblings up, my aunt, my uncle.
Yeah.
But I don't think people our age do that anymore.
Mm-hmm. But you know
what? I gotta say, maybe we should bring it back.
I definitely want to bring it back. I definitely want to
You
bring
know
it
what's
back.
funny is that I gave her the quinceañera picture, and in return, I kept. It's the same exact size as my quinceañera picture, but I kept my parents' wedding photo.
Oh,
That I kept.
That's nice.
Is it hanging? No. It's not hanging because it's huge. It's hella freaking huge. But I kept it because that's just for me.
Right.
And to show like my kids one day, like, look, see, your grandparents were something.
Yeah.
Look, see? But it's all good now because we're happy. But yeah, that's why I kept that photo because they just look so beautiful in that photo that I can't seem to like throw it out. I love that photo so much, and my mom was ready to be like, you could chuck that. I'm like, but I want it because I can't, like, I cannot. Every time I look at it, I'm like, wow, these people are beautiful, and they made me.
Oh
But yeah,
God, crazy.
but yeah, guys.
Wow.
Okay, so what would y'all say about moving out? Like, at least like one positive thing that after moving out or living on your own. Yours, was it the decorating the apartment the way that you want?
That, and just like, being able to like grow into the person that you are meant to become, I guess.
Yeah.
Like, you have the space, the room to now like kind of like spread your wings a little bit and like try things and be
You don't have somebody in your room like, what are you doing?
Yeah.
What's going on?
Yeah.
And you know, I miss that sometimes. Like there are times that my mom and I, like I would go into my mom's room every night and just be like, "Hey, mom, how was your day?" And I would talk to her about that stuff. And now it's just a phone call, so it's just like, you know,
That's the same thing too. I'd walk in and be like, "Hey, what's up? How was your week?"
lay on
How
her
was your
bed,
week?"
lay on her bed, being like, "What's going on?"
Yeah. What are you watching? Yeah, that's true.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. You said what was like the positive thing?
Yeah, what's one good thing?
What's
Yeah.
one good thing that came? Okay, so one good thing is, you know, I get to live with my best friend. I get to live with Constantine.
Yeah.
Like we can, you know, sometimes we disagree, but like I'm like I get to be with him. Like wake up, go to sleep, and he's there. Like I love that feeling. It's funny because I couldn't sleep like months ago. I just could not sleep. I'd have a hard time going to sleep. I'd toss and turn, and the minute Constantine and I moved in together, I found sleep again.
Oh,
And
that's so beautiful.
yeah, it's so weird. Yeah, like and now I can go to sleep. I feel safe. I don't know what it was. Like I don't know. Like somebody.
Well, because for a little bit, like you were in the apartment by yourself.
Yeah, but now I have him, and it's like. I don't know. I'm at peace, so I fall asleep, and it's hard for me to wake up now. I'm so I
comfortable.
love it. I'm so comfortable that now it's like, oh damn, I have to get up.
Welcome to my life.
As we were running late to record this morning.
Yeah, but that's a good thing that came out of that. Yeah.
Adorable.
Yeah.
So 3 weeks, 3 years, 10 years.
10 years, yeah. It has been 10 years since I moved out of my mom's house. For college, though, I wasn't just like, oh, let me move to New York, la da da da. Respect to people who do, though, because, oh my God, my transition up here was so hard. I guess to go back to the very beginning, so we're driving up here for me to go to school. Like we drove from Texas to New York because I had a whole bunch
How long
of
is the drive?
Damn.
It was 24 hours.
Oh my.
22 to 24 around
With
there.
stops or
No,
no?
yeah.
No stops.
Oh,
Yeah.
Wow.
You did no
So,
stops.
We did no stops.
Well, I'm sure pit stop. We'll get something to
To do
eat.
food and gas and all that stuff. Yeah.
Did you guys alternate driving?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. But the whole drive up here, I cried the entire time. The entire time. If I wasn't, eating or sleeping, I was crying. And I was, so psyched for my decision to come up here. Mm-hmm. And then it got too real on the drive up here. I was like, oh, no, I'm leaving. I'm leaving, and the thing was, it wasn't like I couldn't come back.
Right.
I could literally just take a plane back to Texas, and it would be fine. But I don't know, it was too much for 18-year-old Christina to handle. Mm-hmm. And then my mom, I feel so bad because she spent the weekend up here with me, obviously, to help me get settled in and buy me, some other stuff that I needed. And she tried really hard to, make it a fun weekend. Mm-hmm. And I was just so miserable the entire time. I didn't want her to leave. And then when she finally did leave, we were at my dorm and she was saying bye. And she left, and I swear to God, I cried for the next 3-4 hours. I cried myself to go back to sleep, and then I woke up and I was like, "Fuck! I'm here. I did this. I decided to do this." And I got past that first night where she wasn't in the state at all. She didn't stay in the dorm with me. She stayed in a hotel. Mm-hmm. So got past that first night where she wasn't at the hotel anymore. She was going back to Texas. I was like, okay, well, here we are. Mm-hmm. So obviously we started school, and I made friends with Thomas, and Thomas and I were really good friends. And Thomas was my first friend in New York, and that was just it. I was like, okay, well, I have a friend, so that's great. And then, I think I was up here maybe 2.5 weeks. I got mugged in the subway. Yeah.
What?
Yes, no. at the subway stop for school on the train. Yeah.
No. Oh my God.
Yeah. Because I was playing soccer. I don't know if you remember. I was playing soccer for the school, and we had a game, and I don't know. I just forgot all my stuff that day. I don't know what happened, how I forgot it. So I needed to go back to get my bag. And there was a shuttle that would take you to and from the dorms, but with the times that the shuttle was running, like, it wasn't gonna like work with what was what time I needed to have my bag and stuff. And I honestly, I don't know. Like, I guess Uber just didn't even cross my mind at that point. I really don't know what it was. Uber was not used that much back then.
No, it wasn't.
So yeah, I decided to take the train back to the dorms, and yeah, I ended up getting mugged, and I had like a very swollen ankle forever. It was like, God, I'd never seen my ankle so big.
Oh my God.
And that was the end of my collegiate soccer career. And then Hurricane Sandy hit. And
it was that time.
Yeah.
Oh my God!
I was like, I did not sign up for any of this. This is not how I imagine New York City life to be. No.
I don't even know what the word was. There weren't no words. I was just like,
wait, were you like mugged in broad daylight, or like it was nighttime?
No. It was the middle of the freaking day.
Typical. You know.
It was the middle of the day, and then so that happened. Then at some point, I don't think it was in first semester. I think it was in second semester. I got strep throat. I'd never had strep throat before, and I could not like talk. I couldn't eat. I was like, I'm dying. What's happening?
You come to New York for one time.
I was like, what is happening?
I was getting like the curse of the 7 plagues, like
right.
just one after the other. Yeah,
literally everything. But I have to say, I'm very thankful for Thomas and his parents, because like they took me to the hospital, and then I was waiting in the hospital forever to try to figure out what was wrong. First of all, they had me in the pediatric ward, and I was like, I am 19 years old, and nobody sees that on my paperwork. But it was taking I was at the hospital forever, and his mom came in and was like yelling at everybody. She was like, what is taking so long? She's been here for hours. Like, she's obviously very sick. Can somebody help her? And so finally, that's when we figured out that I had strep, and like a really bad case of strep, and I got a shot of penicillin, and they sent me on my way, and I was like, okay.
Oh my God.
So yeah, it was a very like rocky first year, but when I went home for Christmas break, I bawled. I was like, I do not want to go back. I was like, I want to just stay here. Like, can I just transfer to the university in our town, and I just want to come back home. And my mom was like, I don't know if this is something like you really want to do. I think you're having a rough time right now. Mm-hmm. She was like, stick it out the year, because I mean, and she was right. Like, if I would have left school at that time, I would have lost all my credits, and I would have had to done the whole semester over again.
Yeah.
So I, stuck it out the year. I think also part of it was that like I made up my mind before I even like got into it. I didn't join any clubs the first year. I didn't do anything to put myself out there. Like, I made friends with Thomas, and I was like, oh, that's it. I have a friend. Don't need any more.
Right.
And so that didn't help at all. But I finished the first year, and obviously my mom and I talked about it again, and I really don't know why. I decided to come back, and so I came back for the second year. I got way more involved. I joined clubs. I was on the orientation team. Which is how like Liana and I ended up getting to know each other. Yep. And I decided that if this is what I wanted to do. That was the thing. It was like, it was never about like I made a mistake. It was just, I don't think I was ready for this.
Right.
It wasn't that the decision to leave home or to go to school away from like so far away, it was never, this was a mistake, I should have never done this. It was just, I don't think this was my time. I think I got timing wrong here a little bit. But I'm really glad that I stuck it out, and that, I pushed through, because honestly, joining the club's everything. Like, it helped so much, putting myself out there and really like integrating myself into our school community, and then integrating myself into just like New York City in general. I got a job my second semester of college, which helped a lot. Like, I was nannying, and I actually really liked the little boy that I was a nanny for. We got along very well, and then I was like, well, I can't leave. Like, they're gonna
yeah.
So it was really hard being away from my mom and my brothers and my grandmas and everybody. Sometimes I don't know actually how I made it this far, because like my brothers and I, we were really close when I was at home. My brothers are my best friends, and our rooms, like in our house that we grew up in, our rooms weren't that far apart. So honestly, like we could like yell at each other for our rooms. And, like,
those were the days.
And it was just like little things that I missed when I moved away. Like my mom waking me up in the morning, and then I never realized that I would miss the way that, like, because my mom, so she would straighten her hair every morning, and then she would put her like perfume on and her lotion in the bathroom, and all of those things together, like they left a scent. And it was like because my mom's a teacher, so when I was going into the bathroom to get ready, like she was obviously finishing up because she had to get everybody to school so she'd get to work on time. And like it was like a scent, and it was comforting. Like this smells like my mom. And I just remember thinking like I think one of the first times that I was getting ready for school, like for classes in the morning, I was like, this bathroom just smells like my stupid perfume. Like I hate this. I miss seeing my grandma all the time, my Mimi and my other grandma. I missed everybody, and also I felt like I was missing out on everything. Like life doesn't stop when you move away.
Yeah.
Contrary to my belief, the world does not revolve around me. And everybody's life keeps moving, and I missed birthdays. I missed like just regular like, let's get in the car and go out to eat. Yeah. And it was really freaking hard. I don't know. I'm very grateful that I have the mom that I do, because I wouldn't have been able to do it if she hadn't like pushed me, because she knows like, honestly, my mom, like she knows me better than I know me.
Yes.
And I think she knew what I was capable of before I knew it, and because really I was ready to tap out. I wanted to run home and be safe and be okay. And I was safe up here for the most part, aside from the mugging.
Oh my God.
I was safe. I have a tendency to put myself in this bubble, and once I'm like comfortable, I don't want to come out.
Nope.
My mom, like to this day, she says that she knew the minute that like we came to visit New York and we left. She said she knew that I was going to go to school in New York and that I wasn't coming back. And I was like, I didn't know that. How did you know that? She just swears.
They have their
she knows you better than you know you. So yeah.
Yeah, she has to, because honestly, like, if it were up to me, I would have left after the first semester. I'm glad I didn't. Thank you, Mom. It all worked out. But yeah, I would have left after the first semester.
Oh, wow. So looking back now, would you have changed anything about your moving process, or like not process, but like everything that happened up until this point? Would you have changed anything?
I maybe would just say fuck my soccer bag and not
not
get mugged. Yeah. That's about it. That's really it.
Well, that's good. That means
everything else was supposed to happen.
Exactly.
It happened for a reason.
Exactly.
Yeah. When I come back from Texas now, I'm crabby for like a week. And then, I get back into the routine and stuff, and everything's good. And my poor mother, like, I go home for, you guys saw last time, I went home for what? Yeah. It was supposed to be like a week, I think, or for the holidays.
Oh, yeah. You stayed for like a month.
Yeah. I was like, hey guys, they're going to let me work from home, so I'll be here a little bit longer.
Yeah.
And if I can stay longer, I always do. My mom is like, you need to get back to your life. Like, you need to get back into your routine and get to doing, like, what you do. Like, and her big thing has always been, like, we will always be here. Right. Like, you will never have to wonder where we are or what's going on with us. Like, we will be here for you.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. And although, like, in my head, I know that's true. And I'm very, like, I know, like, my mom's schedule pretty much. Like, I know when I can call her, like, what she'll be doing when I call her. Mm-hmm. But it's still hard to be home at the end of the night and to not go into my brother's room and be like, what are you doing?
Yeah. Just like, or watch them doing whatever and then not close the door when you leave their room.
So that was I thought that was going to be a lot happier. It was a little sadder. I swear to God, I'm happy. I swear that I am. But my family it will always be a little rough for me. Like it was my mom and my brothers and I for so long.
Yeah.
For 18 years. Yeah. Like all of our life, it was us.
Yeah.
And then I left and messed everything up.
But no, I don't think you messed everything up.
No.
But like on that note, like what's the positive thing? You asked us what was our positive thing.
What's
yours?
Yeah.
Honestly, my positive thing has been like my mom and my grandma, like they come to New York pretty regularly to visit me.
Mm-hmm.
And like I think at this point, like my mom could get around the city by herself. Like,
that's good now.
That's great.
From
That's
like
nice.
a relatively small. It's not okay. I say it's a very small town. It feels very small.
Mm-hmm.
But it's about 100,000 people. It's technically a city.
Mm-hmm.
It's not a city on the level of New York, but it is labeled the city of. So, but it's just sometimes I'm like, damn. Like I came from like the small ass town in Texas, and I managed to live in New York for 10 years, like relatively unscathed. Like we're okay.
Right.
I graduated law school. I became a lawyer. Like I did the damn thing.
You did
right.
it. Yeah,
exactly.
you did it.
And I think it's been really fulfilling for me to share it with my family. To be like, look, come see where I am. Come see that I'm okay.
Yeah.
And that I am happy here.
Yes.
So yeah. That's where we are.
Wow.
Us moved out of our parents' house.
We did
Wow.
it. We're doing it.
If you are in the process of moving out, or you're thinking about moving out, or you have moved out and you want to share your experiences, DM us, send us an email.
Yes,
like, let us know in the comments. We don't care anywhere. Let us know how it's going, how it went. Maybe we'll share your stories if you're okay with that. Just let us know.
We should have like an advice column, like mini-sodes for like advice columns.
Yeah.
That'd be so nice. Yeah. If you need advice, let us know. We're here to help.
Or maybe you think our lives are train wrecks and you're like, no.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah. No. If you also need to correct us or give us advice,
we're
open to that as well.
We're open to everything.
You're doing this all wrong. So that's it, guys. We made it through our first official episode. Round of applause. Yay. And how we want to end each episode is, you guys, what is making you glow this week?
Oh, glowing.
So, let's see. Glow, like for me, music is something that another way to express myself. There's a song, Praise God by Kanye. Like if you haven't heard it by now, you should listen to it. The first 30 seconds of that song, it's like, I don't know who's speaking.
Is that on the Donda album?
That's on the Donda album.
That album, I have been listening to it since it came out.
See?
That album is phenomenal.
It's fire, yeah.
And I don't like Kanye as a person.
But
that
album, makes it hard.
that album is like.
But yeah,
really good.
but the first 30 seconds, it is just like wow. It's definitely a woke affirmation.
Yep.
That gets my day going. That's the first song I put on in the morning, and while I'm walking to the train station, I'm like, yes, I could take on today.
Yep.
Nothing can stop me. So yeah, listen to that.
That's a good
I
one.
recommend. Yeah.
Glowing for me this week. There's this song I heard while watching football because I watch football now.
That's new for me now.
Go Niners,
Yeah.
though they lost. But you know what? Anyway, the song was on a commercial. It's called "I Look Good" by OT Genesis. Genocide?
I think it's Genesis.
Not
yeah.
genocide.
No, not genocide. No.
Genesis.
It's Genesis.
Yeah.
Yes. It's Genesis, like the beginning.
That song really makes me feel good. The song is called "I Look Good," and it really gave me a boost of confidence. And that song I was like, all right, we're feeling myself tonight. And then another thing that I'm glowing for this week is just my dad telling my mom that they need to plan a birthday dinner for me. And that's really nice because he hasn't really done that before. So it's really nice.
Aww. Adorable.
So sweet. Yeah, that's really sweet.
I guess mine, I'll go music as well. So I guess mine kind of relates back to this whole journey of being away from home. There's a song that I love to listen to. I listen to it a lot during bar prep. It's a gospel song, actually. But not gospel. Like Christian. Christian. That's what that's the word I'm looking for. And it is by, I don't know how to pronounce her last name, actually. It's Lauren Daigle, Daigle. And it's called You Say. This song, you guys, I'm telling you, like, if you're having a hard day and you put it on, like, it makes me feel so good. And, like, it makes me remember that maybe I can't see everything that's supposed to be happening for me clearly, but there's a point where everything will reveal itself to me, and I'll be like, yes, that is why that happened.
Right.
I love this song. And on that note, if you guys want to listen to the songs that we recommend, we have a playlist
Yay.
on Spotify and Apple. We will definitely link it in our bio, but you can find it. It's the Glowing Up Latina playlist. You'll be able to find any song that we recommend or mention on this show there.
Yep. And on also that note, remember to catch us every Wednesday wherever you listen to your podcasts and here on YouTube.
Yes, and then you can also find us on our Instagram at Glowing Up Latina. You can also leave us feedback, ask us questions, because we want to hear from you guys, obviously, and we want to know, like, share how you're glowing this week. You know, you can email us at glowinguplatina@gmail.com, and we can't wait to hear from you guys.
Yeah, tell us your stories.
Yes. Talk to you guys next week on Glowing Up Latina.
And until then, keep glowing, mija.